I was a young director. I hadn't really done a lot of work, and even in the early weeks of the production, I knew that they were not happy with what I had done.
I was always really on the verge of getting fired, so it was an extremely nightmarish experience. You know, I had two little kids, and a third one was born during that, and we lived in a little apartment, and I was basically frightened that they didn't like it.
The man in charge of production didn't feel Coppola was competent. And it was true that someone was being warmed up in the wings to substitute for Francis.
Francis had to fight every day to get his vision on the screen. Didn't come easy.
It had been a very difficult time to try to convince the studio that my notions about casting were right.
The Godfather casting, especially for the character of Vito Corleone, was difficult because he was meant to be an older, really Italian-American person because the story was set in New York. And so when we looked at the various actors who could play the part, there really weren't any that we felt had the charisma or the mystery that could do it. So I concluded, who are the two greatest actors in the world who are vaguely the age to play it? And we concluded, well, there was Laurence Olivier and there was Marlon Brando. Laurence Olivier was British with a British accent and was actually quite ill. And Marlon Brando was only 47. But Marlon Brando had another problem.
So the studio felt that Brando was supposedly difficult to work with, sort of irresponsible, would cause big delays. The film was only budgeted for $2.5 million, you have to understand. It wasn't like we could throw money around.
And his last few pictures had been big flops. It was a film called Quemada. It had done terribly.
And the guy who was then the president said, as president of Paramount Pictures, these are his exact words, as president of Paramount Pictures, Marlon Brando will never appear in this motion picture.
Well, at that point, I remember I just fell off the chair and lay on the rug and say, well, if I can't even pursue the few ideas I have, what do you expect of me? So they said, all right. We'll give you 3 conditions for Brando to be in the picture. Number 1, he must do a screen test. Number 2, he must put up a $1 million bond that none of his behavior problems will cause delays on the production. And number 3, he must do the film for nothing.